Welcome to our channel where the shadows whisper and fear takes hold. If you're new here, you've stumbled into the darkest corner of YouTube. Tonight, we delve into the unsettling world of unexplained phenomena, exploring 3 terrifying tales of lights appearing in the dead of night. Turn off the lights, sit back, and prepare to be scared. Some stories are best experienced in the dark. Imagine this. You're driving home late one night, the kind where the silence is broken only by the hum of your engine. The road ahead is empty and the world outside your windows is cloaked in darkness. You decide to take a shortcut, an old back road you vaguely remember from your childhood. It's a road less traveled, one that holds memories of simpler times. Streetlights become a distant memory as you drive further into the darkness. The familiar glow of the city fades away, leaving you alone with your thoughts. That's when you see it in the distance, a soft, ethereal glow emanating from what appears to be an abandoned street. It's unlike anything you've ever seen before. Curiosity piqued, you slow down, drawn to the enigmatic light. It's as if an invisible force is pulling you towards it. As you approach, the glow intensifies, bathing the surroundings in an unnatural light. The air around you seems to shimmer with an otherworldly energy. The air grows thick with an eerie stillness. A dense fog begins to roll in, adding to the surreal atmosphere. You park at the entrance, hesitant but compelled by an unseen force. Your heart races as you step out of the car. The street is eerily deserted, lined with dilapidated buildings. Each structure seems to whisper tales of a forgotten past. You step out of your car, the silence now almost unbearable. Every sound, every rustle of leaves seems amplified in the stillness. The glow seems to pulsate around you, growing brighter with each step. It's as if the light is alive, reacting to your presence. Shadows dance at the edge of your vision. They move in ways that defy logic, creating an unsettling feeling deep within you. You continue deeper into the street, drawn by the hypnotic glow. Each step feels heavier, as if the very ground is trying to hold you back. The buildings around you seem to close in, their empty windows like vacant eyes. They watch you, silent and foreboding. The air grows colder, sending chills down your spine. Your breath becomes visible, a ghostly mist in the frigid air. Then you hear it, a faint whisper carried on the wind. It's a sound that sends shivers through your very soul. You stop, your heart pounding, straining to identify the source. The whisper seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. It seems to be coming from the end of the street, where the glow is most intense. The light beckons you, promising answers. Gathering your courage, you press on, your hand trembling as you reach for your phone. The device feels like a lifeline in the oppressive darkness. As you approach the source of the light, the whisper grows louder, transforming into a low, guttural moan. The sound reverberates through your bones. Your steps falter, fear threatening to consume you. Every instinct screams at you to turn back, but you can't. You shine your phone's light ahead, but the glow seems to absorb it. The darkness around the light is impenetrable. You're now close enough to make out the source of the glow. It's a sight that defies explanation. It seems to be emanating from a solitary figure, standing motionless at the end of the street. The figure is both mesmerizing and terrifying. The figure is shrouded in the ethereal light, its features indistinguishable. It's as if the light itself is alive, cloaking the figure in mystery. The low moan seems to be coming from it, sending a wave of terror crashing over you. The sound is both mournful and menacing. You want to run, but your feet feel rooted to the spot. Fear has paralyzed you, holding you captive in its icy grip. Then the figure moves, its head tilting at an unnatural angle as if trying to get a better look at you. The motion is slow, deliberate, and utterly horrifying. Picture this. A group of friends, young and carefree, are hanging out late one night, sharing stories and laughter. The night is filled with the sound of their joy, a stark contrast to the quiet that surrounds them. They decide on a whim to explore an abandoned part of town, a place whispered to be haunted. The thrill of the unknown beckons them, and they can't resist the call of adventure. Armed with flashlights and fueled by youthful bravado, they venture into the unknown. Their hearts race with excitement and a hint of fear as they step into the darkness. The night is alive with the sounds of the city, distant sirens a constant reminder of the urban jungle. The hum of traffic and occasional honk of a car horn create a symphony of urban life. They joke and tease each other, their laughter echoing through the deserted streets. The empty buildings around them amplify their voices, making their presence known in the silent night. The buildings around them stand as silent sentinels, their empty windows like vacant eyes. The once lively structures now seem to watch them with an eerie stillness. They reach a narrow alleyway shrouded in darkness. The alley seems to beckon them, its shadows hiding secrets that only the brave would dare to uncover. The air grows heavy, thick with an oppressive silence. The once lively atmosphere now feels suffocating, as if the darkness itself is closing in on them. One of the friends dares the group to explore the alleyway. The challenge is met with nervous laughter, but curiosity gets the better of them. As they venture deeper, the darkness seems to close in, swallowing the light from their flashlights. The beams of light struggle to pierce the thick blackness, creating an unsettling atmosphere. The air grows colder, sending chills down their spines. The temperature drop is sudden and unnatural, adding to their growing unease. Then they see it, a faint, eerie flicker of light dancing at the far end of the alleyway. The light seems to move with a life of its own, drawing them in. It appears and disappears in the blink of an eye, like a ghostly apparition. The fleeting nature of the light only adds to its mystery, making them question if they really saw it. Curiosity, mixed with a growing sense of dread, compels them forward. Each step is taken with caution, their senses heightened by the unknown. They approach cautiously, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. The beams of light reveal more of the alley, but also deepen the shadows, creating an eerie contrast. As they get closer, the flickering intensifies, casting grotesque shadows. The light seems to play tricks on their eyes, making the shadows dance in a macabre display. The air grows heavy with the smell of decay. The pungent odor is overwhelming, making them cover their noses in disgust. They reach the source of the light, a flickering street lamp, its bulb barely clinging to life. The lamp's weak glow barely illuminates the surrounding area, adding to the eerie atmosphere. The light it casts is weak and sickly. But something isn't right. The unnatural quality of the light makes their skin crawl. The flickering seems to be pulsating in time with a low, rhythmic hum. The sound is almost hypnotic, drawing them closer despite their fear. Suddenly, one of the friends cries out in terror. The scream pierces the silence, sending a jolt of fear through the group. They spin around, their flashlights frantically searching for the source. Panic sets in as they realize they are not alone. Their blood runs cold as they realize they are no longer alone. The feeling of being watched is undeniable, and their fear intensifies. Standing at the entrance of the alleyway are three figures, their eyes burning with an unnatural light. The sight is both mesmerizing and terrifying. The figures begin to move, their movements slow and deliberate. Each step they take seems to echo in the alley, amplifying the tension. The friends, paralyzed with fear, can only watch in horror as the figures approach. Their minds race with thoughts of escape, but their bodies refuse to move. Chapter 3. The Blinding Beam. Imagine this. You're a night watchman, the lone guardian of a sprawling, deserted warehouse district. The night is your domain, a silent, shadowy world where every creak and whisper is amplified. The silence of the night is your constant companion, a blanket that wraps around you, both comforting and unnerving. You've seen your fair share of strange occurrences, shadows that seem to move on their own, unexplained noises that send chills down your spine. But nothing could prepare you for what you're about to experience. This night is different, charged with an eerie energy that sets your nerves on edge. It's a night like any other, the moon hidden behind a thick blanket of clouds, casting the world in a deeper darkness. You make your rounds, flashlight in hand, its beam cutting through the inky blackness. The air is thick with the smell of dust and decay, a testament to the long-forgotten contents of these warehouses. As you round a corner, you notice a strange light emanating from one of the warehouses, a glow that shouldn't be there. It's not the warm glow of a forgotten light bulb, but a cold, harsh light that seems out of place in the darkness. Curiosity piqued, you cautiously approach the warehouse, each step filled with a mix of dread and intrigue. You peer through a grimy window, your heart pounding in your chest, the light casting eerie shadows inside. The interior of the warehouse is bathed in an unnatural light, a glow that seems to pulse with a life of its own. You can't make out what's causing the light, but you know something is terribly wrong, a sense of foreboding washing over you. You try the door, expecting it to be locked, but it swings open with a groan, the sound echoing in the stillness. You hesitate for a moment, your better judgment screaming at you to turn back, to leave this place and never return. But the light, that unnatural hypnotic light, draws you in, compelling you to step forward. You step inside, the door closing behind you with a resounding clang, sealing you in with the unknown. The air inside is heavy and still, thick with the smell of ozone, a scent that prickles at your senses. You shield your eyes with your hand, your flashlight beam dancing erratically in the overwhelming brightness. You take a tentative step forward, your footsteps echoing loudly in the cavernous space, each sound magnified. The light seems to intensify, pulsating with a life of its own, as if it were breathing. You feel a cold shiver run down your spine, goosebumps rising on your skin. As you approach the source of the light, you begin to make out shapes, indistinct at first, but growing clearer. The shapes begin to solidify, resolving themselves into figures tall and slender, their forms almost ethereal. They move with an unnatural grace, their limbs bending at impossible angles, defying the laws of nature. You want to scream, to run, but your feet are rooted to the spot, paralyzed by fear and fascination. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling tales. The shadows are long, and they hold many stories waiting to be told. Share your own scary experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and stay scared. Sleep well if you can.